I actually spent too much time with you this weekend. You're getting on my nerves.
But Twitter and Instagram is the real world. What do you mean? Anything you want to bring up Kohli and his cock.
After the 1-1 victory, Ten Hag said...
Victory? Sehwag said, poor country, I don't want to do. But there's still no need to post 17 Instagram stories about one fucking game.
Just let them be happy. Live and let live. Probably Sancho with the hat-trick. Wouldn't you like to see
He
that?
doesn't know what hat-trick means. Truth.
Hot takes. Hot takes right here at the casuals. See, I don't like all this fucking sarcasm. Don't bring all these off-camera conversations in front of the camera, bro. You're leaving me and going, you're leaving me and going. I know you're going to get in for sure, you're leaving me and going. Chutia. Skims, if you want to sponsor us. An exclusive video in just Skims. Welcome back to the Casuals. First sponsorship alert. Guys, congratulations. Big team standing behind the camera right here. Congratulations, Tanay. Shout out to Jersey Pro India for providing us with these fire kits. Look them up on Instagram. They have everything under the sun. Tanay, do you want to say anything about
Yeah, so I have like 5 jerseys from them in the past year and a half. And if you just DM him, he'll respond to you and he'll get it to you quick. So they have a huge collection. So we'll also put the link in. Reach out to Jersey Pro.
Third episode in and we already have a sponsor.
Yeah, we're getting too big, too quick.
People are saying it might be the fastest growing podcast in India. Watch out, overcorrection.
Yeah, we went... We went to the ZPL this weekend to Rustam Bagh and people were like, hey, give me an interview and
It was
stuff
tough,
like that.
dude.
Yeah,
there
we
was
had
this
to
guy
say...
called Zeus. He wasn't leaving us only. Like, let me come on
Yeah.
the pod. Please let me come on the pod.
He was some fucking floor manager and he was like, bro, let me do an interview.
I mean, he was pretty good though,
Yeah.
so we might consider it. He might or might not be sitting in this room right now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. But either way, we spent our weekend at ZPL and it was so much fun.
This is a Russian Premier League.
It's a Russian Premier League. Next week's episode is going to be us going and covering the amazing tournament that they put on, interviews we've done with players, coaches, etc. It's going to be not a studio shoot, but a on-field shoot.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah.
Like I said, fastest growing podcast in the land. You don't get that label just by sitting in your house doing nothing. But also overall, it was an amazing experience doing something different, getting on the ground and doing an interview, doing multiple interviews. It was awesome. So the ZPL was awesome. Great food, great vibes all around. It was just good to go and experience people playing football live. It made me feel like I wanted to get on the pitch and compete, but sadly, I'm not Parsi or Irani.
Not good enough either.
And not good enough either, yeah. As Tana has been saying this entire past weekend. I actually spent too much time with you this weekend. You're getting on my nerves, and by the end of it, going home, we were like, let's not talk to each other. Put our earphones in and see each other tomorrow. And I think that was a great idea, good maturity by the both of us to follow it. And
That was my idea.
hopefully the spot doesn't get in the between the two of us and we can still continue to remain
Yeah,
friends.
I want to say we learned a lot as well because we did our own camera work and sound. And, we did groundwork that we've never done before. And that was interesting. And it's so early on in our pod to get to do that. So thanks to ZPL. And it was just a good, fun, hardworking experience.
Yeah, and thank you to Jayshad for organizing it. And thank you to Kunal and Mustafa, 2 volunteers who helped us with the cameras and the sound. Being really good friends. And thank you so much.
RCB won 2 games this week.
They're back.
They're back. Do you think they're going to be in the playoffs? Mathematically, we saw that video of that guy making a point of how they can do it. Can they actually do it though?
I think they can. Fuck mathematically, they have the narrative on their side. They have Jai Shah on their side. They have money on their side. More eyes on their side. So I think the entire universe is going to align for them. And they'll easily find a way to make it in the top 4.
Why do you say Jai Shah is on their side? Isn't it funnier to have them keep losing? And the memes and the videos and all that has been so funny. Kohli's aggression has been so funny when he's losing.
That's good for like Twitter and Instagram reels and all. It's not good for actual viewership.
But Twitter and Instagram is the real world. What do you mean?
I mean, that's where you find the casuals, and that's where our show will grow. So you're right. I mean, it is the real world. So I guess RCB should keep on losing. It's good for us also.
Right.
We'll get more eyeballs. But kudos to that guy who actually sat down and made that list in like pencil, as if he's some student sitting in the last row, just grinding tooth and nail to like come up with some kind of situation where they reach the playoffs. I just want to shout him out for all the bettors, because he's predicted, I think, 5 out of the last 6 games. He's just got one prediction wrong, which was the DC MI game, where he predicted MI to win. And of course, MI won, right?
No. We need someone like that to crunch numbers and come up with cool stats for us. So just shout him out quick, then we'll move on.
Shout out Ayush or at VK Kings 007. Definitely not a Kohli fan.
Definitely not my cousin either. Okay, so I'll just give a score rundown of the GT vs RCB game. Gujarat hit a medium score of 200 runs. Last ball 6 by David Miller got them to 200. And then RCB chased it down with the backing of Virat Kohli, played a nice 160 strike rate innings. He hit 70 or 44 balls. And Will Jacks, he hit 141 balls. He got to his 50 and 31, and then the next 50-ish or 46 runs, because it was 54, was in just 10 balls. So 41 balls, 100 runs. They chased 206 in 16 fucking overs with 1 wicket down. What the hell is happening in this IPL? Should we just eliminate the bowlers and have that bowling machine go off and give them half volleys and, very expected balls?
At this rate, I don't think there are going to be bowlers in 10 years. All the kids that are watching right now, like, who the fuck wants to become a bowler? It's just like batting practice for... it's not even batting practice, because when these players step out to like foreign pitches, who knows if they'll perform or not.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because a lot of these players, especially Indians, are playing IPL and T20, and this is what's happening. They would have no idea. Anyways, they have no idea how to bowl here. Going abroad will get fucked even worse. But hopefully the pitches are better and they can do much better than that. Then early on in the week, they played against SRH. RCB batted first, hit 206. Kohli played a slow-ass fucking innings.
But he made a 50.
Okay, slow-ass fucking innings.
And he still has the orange cap. That's all matters.
But Patidar played really well, 50 of 20, and then he got into 206 for 7. And here's where the troubling part comes in for SRH. They hit 171 for 8. They cannot fucking chase down a total. They bat first, they hit 150 runs in the first 6 overs, make nearly 300 in the past few games while batting first, and then they bat second, and then it's just a shit show. A shit show. I mean, they have no other game plan as well. Remember how you were sucking off Pat Cummins and his philosophy and how he looks and this and that?
So I think it's getting to the head. Big media outlets like the casuals.
Yeah.
Like just appreciating their performance, and like I think they're consuming too much media, spending too much time on their phones, seeing all the amazing reels that we have been putting out, and they're not like, that's not translating onto the pitch. They're completely shitting the bed. And I think SRH should maybe have plan B now. I don't think their plan, on a serious note, I don't think their plan works when they're chasing, because they're all guns blazing. I think in a chase, you kind of need to have a more measured approach, especially if it's a huge total. I guess...
Measured approach like Kohli. 50
or
40.
Basically.
Consistently. Batting first or second, it doesn't matter.
But getting to Kohli, his post-match interview...
Fiery
to say the least.
Yeah.
So I just want to read out a little bit of what he said. He was asked about, do milestones matter to you? And he just went off in another direction only.
Because he wanted to avoid that question. Because they do matter to him.
Because they do matter.
They do matter.
He said, not really. I think all the people who talk about strike rates and me not playing spin well are those who love talking about this stuff.
Is Kohli watching the casuals also?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think there's some kind of subliminal messaging. Maybe to us or maybe to Sanjay Manjrekar up in the box. Who knows? I would like to believe it's us. But for me, it's about winning the game for the team. He's always for the team.
Always.
And
he
that
didn't
is-
take 6 balls to a century in that World Cup game.
Yeah, but,
He didn't make the umpire call a wide for him, so he could hit his 100. That did not happen. He's for the team.
He is for the team. See, I don't like all this fucking sarcasm. And there is a reason you have done this for 15 years, basically talking about himself. You have done this, you as in himself, day in and day out. You have won games for your team. And I am not quite sure if you have not been in that situation yourself, again speaking about himself, to sit and speak about the game from a box.
Oh,
So maybe he's not talking about
we are in a
us.
room, not
we are
a
in a room.
box.
Yeah, we are in a room. But so I just want to shout out, he's actually talking about Sanjay Manjrekar, who I think is a fucking genius. He always finds a way to keep himself relevant.
He doesn't know how to behave.
And he doesn't know how to behave. Somehow or the other, he'll come out every like 2-3 months and drop some crazy take and just disappear from the face of the earth. Again, like what I'm referring to is the T20 lineup that he released. Do you just want to read out the...
Yeah, I can read out the squad, Manjrekar squad for the T20 World Cup that's coming up. Captain Rohit Sharma, Jaiswal, Sanju Samson, Suryakumar Yadav, Rishabh Pant, KL Rahul, Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, Chahal, Bumrah, Siraj, Avesh Khan, Rana, Mayank Yadav, and Krunal Pandya.
I guess who do you think is missing from this exciting lineup?
Well, Hardik Pandya is missing, pretty evidently. And then, obviously, the man we were talking about, Virat, is missing. And that's why you mentioned that he gave that fiery post-match interview directed towards Sanjay Manjrekar. I mean, this is an absurd lineup that he's picked.
Yeah, there are 5 seamers, 2 of them which have never debuted for India.
Yeah.
I guess let's just throw Mayank Yadav in the team because he can bowl 150 and he's good for views, good for clicks. But we should learn something from Sanjay Manjrekar. We should start building these fiery takes because eventually even we want to stay relevant and have an amazing game in this, have an amazing career in this media world that we are stepping into.
Yeah, I agree. But that obviously is not the way. I don't think the Indian selection is going to go. Like, I highly doubt it. If that happens, I'll be even more genius than we could imagine.
Or maybe he is doing this so that he motivates Kohli. Maybe it's some genius 5D chess that, okay, if I release a post and exclude Kohli from it, maybe he might get extra motivated to then go out and perform.
Right. And it's working so far.
And
yes, in the last game it worked.
I mean, yeah, by all measures, it's working.
If your strike rate goes up from 110 to 160 almost, is a good thing.
Yeah, but also, in fairness, GT has one of the best spin attacks. They have Rashid Khan, they have Noor Ahmed, and Sai Kishore has also been really good in the past 3-4 games.
Yeah.
And he did play decently. He did hold the innings together. He scored at a strike rate of 160. So, in all seriousness, it was a good performance by him. And yeah, I just can't wait for more takes from Sanjay Manjrekar because it just keeps the world spinning.
Yeah, we just do the SRH CSK game that was last night. I'm really enjoying Rituraj Gaikwad bat. He almost hit a century again, but he's very clean and he hits. I mean, I just enjoy that clean batting, and so he's not just hitting wild shots or anything like that. Another interesting thing that happened in the game was Daryl Mitchell took 5 catches. Everywhere he was catching everything. And then SRH lost that game by about 70-80 runs, which once again, they can't chase for shit. New game plan, please, when you're chasing especially.
Yeah, because we want to see SRH make the playoffs.
We want those fucking designer jerseys all over.
I actually think they're so ugly, they're kind of good. And speaking about jerseys, did you see the New Zealand kit?
Yeah, it looked like that kind of... I mean, the black caps have become...
Aquamarine caps?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what that color is.
Even the quality, it just looks like something I could probably get off Fashion Street.
Fashion Street has great quality.
Better than that, that's for sure. But
the ripped jeans at Fashion Street, you can't beat them.
I just don't understand cricket jerseys. I think the Indian jersey after a long time is really good, but the rest of the kits are always so...
They don't have money like us.
Oh.
Sehwag said, poor country, I don't want to do.
I guess it's showing in the jerseys if nothing at all.
All right. Mumbai opposite of RCB. They are struggling now. And they lost 2 games this week.
I know they never struggling.
No, they're struggling even more than RCB now, which is embarrassing, right? But that's how the script is going apparently. But either way, they got smashed for 257 by Delhi and got to 247 in the chase, but lost obviously. And then before that against Rajasthan,
again Hardik was looking good in the game, then threw his wicket cheaply.
Yeah.
I just think this T20. I just think IPL should end as soon as possible for him, for his sake, so that he can just mentally move on. And
he needs a break from taking a break because he was playing so much before. So we lost to Delhi earlier on Delhi in the week. On the weekend, and then RR just swallowed 100 and they chased down a total of 179, 180 with 1 wicket. So,
basically, Sanjay Manjrekar saw that match and he's like, okay, I can put Jaiswal in my T20.
Yeah, and Gill
squad.
can fuck off.
And Gill can
the
fuck
prince.
Off.
The princess, the way you talk about him.
But he's being a sport about it. Yeah. They asked him over the weekend.
About you imitating him, he's being a sport?
No, we don't know that yet. Come on the pod and we can discuss. I might even stop doing the impression. I'll consider that. But yeah, standout game. Do you want to talk about it?
Standout game was, yes, definitely we'll talk about it. Was KKR versus Punjab Kings. KKR put into bat first. They hit 261 runs, which is an absurd total yet again. 2 openers just go off. Both have a strike rate of over 200. Phil Saul, Sunil Narine. Sunil Narine has been the best player in this IPL by a mile. We still don't know if he's coming back or not for the West Indies.
I don't think so. He said no.
Poor country again?
Poor country. Yeah, he's like, I like this rich country.
Yeah. But his name is pretty Indian. He could actually play for us.
Just based on
based on his name.
Yeah. Forget about passport, immigration.
We'll convert him. Bro.
So if your name is Sunil, then come and play. If it's little Indian sounding, also come and play.
And then 261 was the total. Punjab Kings chase it down with 8 balls to spare. Johnny Bester, who's had a shit IPL, goes off 108 and 48 balls.
Not just shit IPL, just shit past year.
Yeah. Past year?
Yeah. Shit past year.
Yeah, since that Ashes, since that wicketkeeper thing happened in the Ashes, Johnny Bester is flustered.
And
then finally made a comeback this IPL and then brought them home. And this guy, Shashank Singh, bro, 68 and 28 balls. He's striking the ball so fucking well.
He's such a clean player. He just steps in line with the ball and just swings his bat towards the leg side and goes flying, sailing over the boundary line. But what was the most interesting about this game for me was, forget all the scores and all. So Shashank played majority of the balls leading up to the final few overs. And he carried Punjab over the line. Even though Bairstow scored the 100 and he played an exceptional innings, Bairstow was adamant that he gets the credit for it. Because as soon as Shashank hit the winning runs, Bairstow removed everything and raised his arms up. And he's like, please, cameras, look towards me, give me the credit. And I just thought that was very typical Johnny. He's a little kid. He's a damn good cricket player, but he's a little kid just seeking out attention. It almost reminded me of like a UFC fight when it's like none of the fighters know who's actually won. And they raise their hands up and like, I won.
Right,
like,
they're both hopping on the cage to celebrate and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly. Well, I mean, of course, the credit should
Johnny
go to him.
Bairstow has the body of a UFC fighter as well. So he took all his clothes off, started celebrating.
Super heavyweight.
We had some great Premier League games this week, midweek as well as the weekend. We'll start with Liverpool. They're still in contention for the quadruple, right? Klopp is having a great time right now on his farewell tour.
Yeah, I think so. I think we should talk to some Liverpool fans, maybe bring them on because it's such an important time for Liverpool.
Yeah,
they
the
might be creating some
and everything.
Crazy history with the quadruple. It's never been done before.
But yeah, either way. They lost to Everton and midweek and then they tied against West Ham. But either way, the best part about the whole weekend was Salah and Klopp arguing on the sideline. I mean, imagine Darwin Núñez coming to settle them down. Darwin Núñez, absolute psycho on the pitch, is settling down. Salah's like, yo, relax, let's go play and all. And he's just going off on Klopp. I wonder what it was about.
I wonder, yeah. It's not like they were losing to Everton 2-0 or tying against West Ham 2-2 or absolutely throwing the season away in the last few weeks.
Do you think it was a mistake that Klopp announced so early on that, hey, I'm out, give me my hugs and kisses before I leave, film me every move? And you think that pressure got to him and his players that, okay, now all eyes are on us because one of our best managers in recent times is leaving?
No, I don't think so. I think, if anything at all, it probably helped them to get to where they are. Because if you think about it, they had a pretty injury-ravaged season. And their squad, honestly, isn't that great. I mean, you have Endo playing at... I mean, he's had a great season so far. But just basically, like, if you're seeing the names on paper, I don't think it's a title-challenging team.
But they were, right? They were first and second for a very long time this season.
And I think that's
because...
then
they announced that he's going, that he's leaving.
But
and
they
then
were
all
still
of this
grinding
started.
out those results, winning those games marginally, scoring those goals in the last few minutes of the game. And that's why I think that like spurred them on. Now it just feels like they've totally shat the bed and they're completely fucking it up for Klopp more than anything.
I mean, yeah, as much as it's fun and funny to talk about this, I do feel bad for Klopp.
Do you think he made it too much about himself?
Yes, 100%. I mean, you know, as a manager, you take a step back. I feel like let your players do everything. And the one thing I've always found annoying, maybe because he does so much, because Liverpool have absolutely destroyed United.
Oh, they have?
When Klopp has been the manager, but he always goes and overreacts to the fans after the game and thanks them and does those fist bumps and
The
this
hugs.
and that, running onto the pitch, breaking his glasses and things. So that used to annoy the fuck out of me, at least. And he has made it about himself yet again, and it's cost them the quadruple.
It's finally biting him in the ass. I mean, yeah, like you said, seeing Salah rejecting a hug,
Yeah.
a high five, a little word. Not a good look for Klopp, especially if it's going to be his last few games. I mean, it is going to be his last few games with Liverpool.
This, whatever, okay, you said it's not the strongest lineup on paper, but you have to beat Everton.
You have, I think,
and even West Ham, you kind of have to get a result, right? You
100
have to get a win.
100%.
Even before that, Crystal Palace, I guess, is their Premier League kryptonite at the end, like it was when Gerrard slept. But you have to get those
such
results.
a different team. But
It's not about the lineup. It's about I think the moment got to them. I really do, because they've had this lineup. Yeah, they made a few more changes this season, but I think everyone just choked in that club this year. Quadruple. They were riding too high, and good. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck him. I know I'm not a United fan, so I don't have that bias against Klopp like you do. I've always liked Klopp. He's always been like I liked all the hugs, all the cheering, but now seeing him totally, it turned for him. His favorite or his best player, who's like given him so many good moments, it turning sour between them is just so funny. And I guess no one's gonna be talking about Klopp leaving and Klopp, the hugs and the goodbyes. I guess
Yeah.
there's not going to be a montage of that anymore. Or you have to include Salah saying no to a hug.
I mean, I do respect Klopp a lot. He was annoying, like I said, but respect him. He's done very well for the club. And did they announce who they're getting?
So I think they're going to get Feyenoord's manager, another bald fuck in the Premier League. So in his press conference, he said that he's still Feyenoord's manager. He came out in a press conference and said, I am ready to leave. The clubs have to decide. So nobody has announced it yet. He has announced it. I don't know if it's going to come to bite him in the ass, because it has in the past with Julian Lopetegui doing that when he was Spain's coach and he announced that I'm going to join Madrid after the tournament. So let's see how that plays out. I don't really know a lot about him. I know Feyenoord have been doing well in the recent past.
Feyenoord are Liverpool's Europa League competitors, right?
Yeah.
This season especially.
Same level.
Yeah. So we'll transition just fine.
Yeah.
All right, then we'll go to Arsenal. Good week for you guys. Started
Great
off with a 5-0 destruction of Chelsea. Absolute shit team. And then at Spurs, they were up 3-0.
Zeus, any thoughts?
And then at Spurs, they were up 3-0 this weekend. Conceded 2 goals. Were you a little worried?
I was a little worried.
Don't lie, you had no idea. Because we weren't watching the fucking game. We were at ZPL. How can
We
you
were doing the
know?
hard-hitting journalism
Yeah.
at ZPL, asking all the tough questions.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I missed the game. I was keeping track of it on my phone.
You on your phone when we were trying to work is kind of fucked, but okay, we'll
But-
move past it.
What do you want me to do, bro? I'm trying to fucking make this podcast work. I do that. You have a problem. I do this. You have a problem.
So just look at the score after it's done and watch the highlights.
Why can't I keep track while it's happening? I have a phone. Notifications are popping. I am going to go and check it.
Whatever. Super distracting, man. Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Let the audience decide. Let's see how the videos come out. If they feel like my performance was poor in the video, then I'm more than willing to take it on the chest. And I'll be back stronger in the next episode. But anyway,
Relax.
moving on. We were up 3-0 at halftime. I thought it's going to be a rout like we did at Chelsea. And then I check my phone at full time and it was 3-2. I was like, what the fuck has happened? I see that Christian Romero has scored out of all people.
Good finish. It looked like a
Great
striker
finish.
up there. I don't know what he was doing up there, but he looked like a striker up there.
Yeah, that's the exact same thought I had. I was watching the highlights. I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
Richarlison is chasing, and then Romero's behind it for the loose
So the
ball.
only highlight clip of Richarlison from the game was him knocking Gabriel down. He didn't do anything else. But yeah, like centre back had to step up and get them back into the game. And then Son got a penalty in the 87th minute and converted that. Again, David Raya makes a really horrible mistake with his left foot. I don't want to bring this up again, but in the Bayern game, you could see a clear difference between the two goalkeepers. And maybe Arsenal should consider like reinvesting in that spot.
Going back to Ramsdale or completely new?
A completely different keeper. Because we're so reliant on the keeper to break the press, to have that for our build-up. You saw Neuer's passes. Every pass that Neuer made in that game was...
But fucking Neuer's Neuer.
But it's, Neuer's Neuer. But these mistakes are not acceptable, especially at the White Hart Lane.
Especially because you guys are going to win the league. Unacceptable
I never said
at
that.
this rate.
I never said that.
Dude,
I
I
never said
actually-
that.
I'm not even kidding.
I'm not getting ahead of myself. We are doing everything that we have to. We aren't going to win the league. City are playing Fulham, Spurs, and some other.
Maybe
fucking
Spurs can help you
relegation
out, right?
side. Do you
Wouldn't that
think?
be interesting at least?
That
Consider
would
it.
be. I mean, that would be so funny.
But I will say other Arsenal fans, maybe not you, they put up 3, 4, 5 Instagram stories about one game. Thinking, oh, we're so proud and this and that. Dude, you're probably going to fucking lose the league, so just pipe down. If you win the league, you post 20 if you want.
But what the fuck? What is your problem?
It's
Let
on
them
my
be
feed.
happy.
Why are they so cocky and annoying?
Mute
Without
them.
doing anything.
Mute them.
Without doing anything.
I have muted all those.
They are my friends as well.
Doesn't seem like you're bitching about
Not
them on a fucking
not-
public platform.
Not on a Sunday night, they're not my friends. But otherwise, they are.
You want to name any names?
No thanks.
Yes.
Karmalao.
But yeah, I just want to give a big shout out to Kai Havertz. Had a monstrous weekend. Where did we buy him from again? Zeus, do you know?
Yeah.
Zeus is sitting in the room, by the way. He's a Chelsea supporter.
Yeah, he may or may not have a tattoo
Of Chelsea on his forearm.
The ladies love it.
Won us the Champions League. Something you could.
Oi. So
the,
Zeus
audience,
basically-
the audience can't hear this. He doesn't have a mic. Speak more.
But either way, great week for you guys, and shout out Kai Havertz turning up towards the end of the season. Something you guys need, right?
Yeah.
Someone clutch.
At this point, we can just keep getting the results
Yeah.
and hoping for the best.
And it's actually a great thing to be an Arsenal fan in the case that you just do your job and just hope that City fuck up. And which anything can happen, probably not going to happen, but it could.
It could, yeah.
But there's still no need to post 17 Instagram stories about one fucking game.
Just let them be happy. Live and let live.
We posted less about ZPL than they did about the Arsenal match, imagine.
Do you think now you're making me feel like we should have posted more?
You on your phone, busy watching the score instead of doing anything. So what's gonna happen? Alright.
Yeah.
Since we're laughing, let's just talk about United as well. Sheffield United midweek. We won 4-2. Bruno Fernandes had a game and a half. What a goal he scored his left foot. Another goal and then another assist as well. He's carrying right now, but the other players in the team are looking not very good.
Like you said, they're looking like they're playing for two different teams at this point. Manchester United A, Manchester United B.
And then Burnley, again, United was playing decent. Anthony scored, believe it or not.
Decent, yeah.
Yeah, very good goal. And then they equalized in the 84th minute. Stupid decision by Casemiro. I think he's just cashing that paycheck, 400 grand a week he's making or something. I have 5 UCLs. I'm doing nothing. And that's how it's been. Last season he was a little exciting, showed more energy and stuff, but he got to go, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get rid of him. I don't know what's his contract situation. Do you know if it expires at the end of this season?
I'm not sure how many years he has. I just looked up the number of fucking pounds he was making a week. So I'll get more pissed off.
But after the 1-1 victory, Ten Hag said...
Victory?
Ten Hag said... I'm saying victory because of what Ten Hag said. Ten Hag said... He has the cheek to come out and say... We are one of the most dynamic and entertaining teams in the league at this moment. I mean, I fully agree with him. As an Arsenal fan, or as a Chelsea fan even, they are the most dynamic and the most entertaining team to watch. What do you feel?
Yeah, if you're not a
manager is saying that.
If you're not a United fan, it's fantastic entertainment and dynamism. But if you are a United fan, it is a little concerning. I mean, I hope he's just saying it as a lie. I don't mind managers lying to defend their team. And he's actually grilling the fuck out of them in the locker room and in practice and stuff.
About
being
that?
so shit. I hope.
Oh, you hope.
I said I hope he's lying to the media and I hope he's being honest in the locker room. So
I mean, I feel like... Oh, do you want to say something, or you're going to accuse me of cutting you off again?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I feel like he's saying this because he's just now clutching on straws, I think. He thinks that he might be out of a job at the end of the season. And in the real world on Twitter, there are rumors swirling that Tuchel might be back.
Yeah, I saw that as well. And
what do you think? Do you want
I like
him?
Tuchel as a manager, but I'd like to give Ten Hag
Will he
one
understand
more
the United philosophy, the United way?
There's no way anyone understands that philosophy.
I mean, within 2-3 months of him being there, you know what Keane is going to come out and say, you know what Neville is going to come out and say.
We miss Cristiano.
And in Ferguson's day, this would happen.
Right.
They don't understand the United way of playing football, which I don't even think they know. But
they do, because they played in that system and won a lot. They won a Champions League unlike your fucking team.
Clearly, all the managerial careers have taken off, right?
They won way more than Arsenal did at that time.
Yeah, I am not...
So then there was a philosophy that was working.
I am not saying that it wasn't working. I'm just saying these pundits Gary Neville and Keane, they just come out and have the same line again and again, but they don't really explain what that philosophy was, or they don't do a good job.
But I mean,
they just keep saying the United
changed.
way.
I mean, that was 15, 20 years ago. They just keep saying the
United way and keep badgering these managers. Oh, this is not the United way. This is not the United way. And then all these managers end up fucking failing.
I agree. No one knows what the United way is right now. Nobody does. It's excitement and dynamic play.
After a 1-1.
Maybe Tuchel gets it, maybe
victory.
not. Champions League is coming up this week. 4 teams left. Bayern hosts Madrid first, and then PSG Dortmund after that. Sammy, give us your predictions.
I think Madrid's going to go through. Bayern is...
How about just the first leg maybe at the Allianz?
The first leg, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
I think Bayern... It's going to take a lot from Bayern's side to get a result against Madrid. I think Tuchel's teams can get a little rigid, a little formulaic.
It worked for Chelsea. They won the Champions League.
It worked for Chelsea during the Champions League. I just don't think it's going to work against this Madrid side. There's too much dynamism. There's too much random shit happening. There are too many good players making decisions in the right moments. Also now Madrid is fully focused on the Champions League. I think
they've won the La Liga basically.
Yeah,
right?
Madrid fans are already celebrating as they were in our comment section. But yeah, I think for this 1-1, what about you?
I think Bayern can get a result at home. I think
Okay.
it'll be 1-0. It'll be a boring game. And then it'll be up to Madrid to turn up yet again, come clutch, and make it through to the finals.
Got it.
The second game is Dortmund PSG. So Germany has 2 big Champions League games coming up. Good for
Yeah.
them. I think Dortmund again will take it. They will probably get a 2-1 or a 3-2 because PSG have the attackers. And Dortmund also score a bunch of goals, I think, recently. Even against Atletico, they were scoring so many goals. Maybe they have a good chance against PSG as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be 3-2 to Dortmund or 3-1 and probably Sancho with the hat-trick. Wouldn't you like to see
He
that?
doesn't know what hat-trick means, truth.
But yeah, Dortmund, I think, is going to win this. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Both the teams are so fast.
Yeah.
So much pace. I think it's going to be an end-to-end
Imagine
game.
Dortmund doing really well while Klopp is exiting Liverpool or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to reach a bit here.
Yeah, I don't think it's I don't
That
think
would
it's
be
that
fantastic.
deep.
That would be fantastic.
I don't think it's that deep. Also, people at Dortmund love Klopp. It's
Yeah.
not like he left on a. It's not like he fought with their best player just before leaving, or did any of that kind of crap. So I think Dortmund. I'm damn excited for these.
Yeah, it's gonna be
fixtures.
fun.
It's gonna be fun. Champions League talk.
You
That's
think
about
the
it.
second leg, PSG does better, or what happens?
I think second leg PSG does do better. They're going to be at home, and I think a player like Mbappe just shines in those big moments.
Unlike Haaland.
Unlike Haaland. Ooh, hot takes. Hot takes right at here at the casuals. But Keane said he's not a League 2 player anymore. He's graduated to a championship player after his goal. Who did City play?
They
on
played
weekend?
Forest. They
played
won 2-0,
Forest, yeah, against.
Truth, all these notes you have, what? You don't know any score, nothing.
Bro, I was
What is the
working
point
on the
of having-
weekend. I told you.
What is the point of having a laptop? Reading up all these
Don't
stories.
bring all these off-camera conversations in front of the camera, bro. Leave something for our personal lives also. We're going to start fighting and then this podcast is going to fall apart.
Maybe. Alright, that's it for football.
Yeah, that's it for football.
The NBA playoffs are on, which
The
we've been
offs.
the offs, which we've been waking up early in the AM to watch.
Unlike Zeus. Hasn't watched a single game.
Okay, I'll just read off some scores, not scores exactly, but series scores. Celtics are up 2-1 against the Heat. That's my team. The good part about that series for me is that the Celtics have an away win so far. So they are actually the favorites to win the whole
Yeah.
thing this year, and I'm super excited.
Celtics fans were a little bullish going into this series. They didn't even think they'd drop a game, but
And those mass holes get like that, bro. Now, what to
Heat
say?
culture, dude.
Yeah, and
They
then
always show up.
Mavs, Clippers, Magic, Cavs, both are tied at 2-2. Going to be a great end to that. The Thunder are about to sweep the Pelicans. They have one game at home, and Shai Alexander is carrying. And the Bucks came into the playoffs without Giannis, and now they've lost Dame Dollar as well. So they're down 3-1. And I just feel bad because Dame switched teams from Portland to come to the Bucks, play with another superstar, and he got injured in the playoffs. He was doing pretty well.
He's the Kohli of the NBA.
How?
In terms of like not winning.
Kohli has stayed in one team the whole time. This guy switched team, he's the Kohli. Anything you want to bring up Kohli and score.
He's like
Anything.
he's cursed, dude. Poor guy. I love it. I love watching his
Rap videos.
rap videos. But he is a clutch player. I love watching him play. It's just sad that
And generational shooter as well.
exactly
Yeah.
Dame time.
We'll talk about some of the people that got us to watch basketball and how they are doing in the playoffs. We'll start with Curry. He actually did not make the playoffs. The Warriors lost in the play-in tournament. I mean, it was just sad. Clay can't make one shot after his injury. I mean,
Draymond
fuck that guy, bro.
thinks this is the UFC.
Yeah.
Every week he's fucking
Yeah, his-
elbowing, kicking.
Highlight reel is everything. Ground game, striking,
Ground and pound.
kickboxing, everything. It doesn't matter if you're his teammate or you're on the opposition team, you're going to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
LeBron is down 3-1 against the Nuggets, and then Durant is they just got swept. The Suns just got swept 4-0. I mean, it's just sad to watch these guys. It seems like there's a change of guard coming in the NBA.
If Adam Silver, the CEO, president of NBA, had to learn anything from the IPL, it would be that he should keep these games alive and keep these players in the tournament, dude. Do a better job at script writing these things.
He's just wearing Skims and walking around. Adam Silver. That's so funny. A guy at his level and the way he looks and speaks. He's actually been amazing for the league. The
yes.
players love him. But him talking about Skims, which is Kim Kardashian's underwear brand, it's just hilarious. He's like, yeah, I wear them and all that.
I mean, if Kim asks you to do anything, you think you're going to say no?
No. I'll wear on my head.
Skims, if you want to sponsor us. An exclusive video in just Skims.
But yeah, did you used to watch, have you gone to a lot of NBA games when you were in America? I know it didn't work out going back to America this year, but...
something good came out of this. The Casuals, the
Casuals.
fastest growing sports
Right.
podcast in India. But I did go for a Bulls game.
You saw Jordan?
And it's surprising. They're huge people, but when you actually see it live, the basketballers are so fucking big.
Dude, you're on the top row of level 1 and they're eye level to you. And that's like the shortest player on the team. He's like 6'6", and whatever the average, I think is 6'6", 6'7". But they're absurd human beings and how they can move. And move so well at that size is crazy.
I don't think the television does it justice because
Not at all.
in real life, they're moving so quick. They're switching handles so fast. And every shot almost is a bucket. And if you give me a basketball, I don't think I'm going to make a shot for like 30 shots. If I get 30, I'm probably going to make one from the three-point line.
Well, you fucking see the practice, bro. That's just terrible.
You think your ball, you'd airball like 80% of those, dude?
No, you haven't seen me shoot.
I
bro.
have actually.
Yeah, and I used to destroy you.
No,
Yeah.
actually not. I used to destroy you with my left hand, dude. But that was not in a real basketball court, but whatever.
But either way, yeah, these guys, these giants make it look absurdly easy.
Yeah.
And before I thought it was because they were black, but now Joker and
The
Doncic
whites are taking
dominating.
over?
What the hell? These white boys are coming from Europe and
Civil war in
dominating.
America?
No,
Are these the signs? No.
there's no need to bring that up.
No politics.
Yeah,
That's
no
for overtraction. But yeah, I mean, I love. Doncic hasn't been doing that well in the series. Actually, he just came out in the post-match press conference and very candidly said that I'm not doing a good job supporting Kyrie. Kyrie's just going off.
Kyrie's going off.
He dropped 40 in the last game, and it's like good to see Kyrie playing well after last season when he was just marred with controversies.
The COVID stuff and everything you're talking
Yes.
about. The flat earth.
Flat Earth.
Yeah.
And yeah, all that stuff that, again, let's just save it for overcorrection and not bring it into the
Right.
casuals.
Oh, big flat earthers.
Do you have any more thoughts on the NBA?
I just highlight Anthony Edwards.
Yes.
More than his game, his trash talk has been amazing. He called Durant a old ass N-word. He said Jordan couldn't guard him in his prime and things like that. So I love that confidence because he's delivering.
Yeah.
And he might take them pretty deep.
And it
this
seems
year.
like everyone likes him because
He's straight up.
Yeah, Durant in the post-match press conference gave him a shout out. He's like, I love his game. Just love his overall
Yeah.
attitude and presence. And he was also really good in the movie Hustle. Like, had a very good natural camera presence. So yeah,
Amazing. So
big
yeah,
shout
the
out to him.
young guys are coming up, and then the old guard
Yeah.
that we started watching NBA with is slowly moving up. But we'll keep an eye on the playoffs, and you know,
Hopefully Zeus wakes up for these ones and actually gives us proper information for them. Maybe. But speaking of American sports, I just want to touch on the NFL. They had the draft this past weekend. A lot of QBs were picked. they're going to see a lot of change in guard for a lot of teams. Historically bad teams like the Bears, they had the first pick.
Historically.
And the Commanders. But I just want to give a quick shout out to Xavier Worthy. He recorded the fastest time in the combine. He's a wide receiver. He got picked by the Kansas City Chiefs. They basically got a replacement for Tyreek Hill. And they won a Super Bowl without him. And they've added...
I think that was because of Taylor Swift. Her presence.
Her presence. But who knows what's going to happen with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Now she's released an album. She's completely used him now. They might or might not.
I don't know. I don't look into that gay shit.
They might or might not be in a relationship. So this is their plan B, basically. Xavier Worthy, the fastest guy in the combine. He also went to my college, Texas Longhorns, and I've seen him play live. Just shut the fuck up. I know you're going to say
Your college? You're
Just
going back or what?
I've seen him play live and he is rapid.
But how can you give them a shout out after what happened, bro?
What happened?
Why do you mention that fucking college after they rejected
I'm telling you, leave like personal shit for off camera. Don't fucking bring this. Cut this shit. Dude. Don't bring this on to the pod.
I want to get some sympathy.
I didn't get it because of you. It was because of you fucking Panotti fucking jinxed it. Every day you're leaving me and going, you're leaving me and going. I know you're going to get in for sure, you're leaving me and going. Chutia.
Wait.
Yeah, it fucking worked. That's why next time when I really want something to happen, I'm never going to tell Tanay. And I have been doing this and it's working for me so far.
So did you or did you not get in? Let's just finish.
I have no comments. Let that just be as it is. Can
Anything
we move
else
on?
about the NFL?
No, I said my piece.
Horns down.
Horns up, dude.
Down.
Horns down. People get pissed off. I don't know why it's so stupid, but hook him horns.
The Casuals' favorite athlete, Ryan Garcia. Did you see his video? Shadow boxing in front of Trump.
It was amazing. Anything can happen in America. I mean, what do you think was going through Trump's mind at that point? Or through Ryan Garcia's at that point?
Trump's mind was like another Mexican vote, another million maybe Mexican voters for me because of this legend.
We've
icon.
done too much politics talk on this podcast.
Yeah, it's fine. Overcorrection doesn't know about America. Enough to deal with in India. But yeah, I mean, Garcia is just, after the month he had, he's still carrying that thing. He made a rap song dissing Devin Haney and how he knocked him down and everything.
Which is fire. Why didn't he sing for Trump, dude?
Yeah, dude.
He shouldn't have shadow box for Trump. He should have like beatbox and given him a few lines.
But what kind of event do you think? It was just a kind of a rally or a dinner or something and he's just going like, I just can't comprehend how genius this move is yet again by Garcia.
It's a pretty like Indian parent move where they're like,
बच्चा जाओ इसके सामने थोड़ा करो
तू बॉक्सिंग करता है ना थोड़ा दिखा
रोहन के पापा है उसको दिखाओ
they should have also told him sing one two songs एक दो lines but yeah amazing Ryan Garcia keeps going strong, keeps staying relevant.
Genius,
yeah, absolute genius.
From another,
but also did you see he came on what was that pod, the
Patrick Bet-David show?
And he was like, I had all this planned out already. I'm gonna fool everyone that I'm gonna go crazy. They're gonna think that I haven't prepared for this fight. I'm probably gonna lose. And apparently he has footage for all this. I haven't seen it yet, but I would like to see it, and maybe they can make some good documentary or some content to consume.
I'm happy you brought that up because that changed his line. You know, we were talking about how he bet 2 million and won 12 million on himself.
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have done that, I think it would have been 2 to maybe 6 or 8 million.
Mm-hmm.
But to make that much more money of these antics, fantastic.
So what do you think of that? Do you think that boxers should be allowed to bet on themselves like that?
Yeah, I think anyone should be allowed to bet on themselves. But obviously there's that issue of fixing and everything.
Exactly.
You can throw games or matches or fights and stuff like that. So I'm a believer that you should be able to do whatever you want, but this gets in the way, which is why I understand that in a lot of sports you're not allowed to bet on your own team or yourself.
Yeah, I don't know.
It makes sense.
I don't have I don't have an opinion on it yet. I'm like still thinking about it, but it just feels a little fishy to me when the athlete can, place a bet on himself. But genius move on.
The rule wasn't there for him, and
Exactly.
he took full advantage of it.
On multiple layers of
Right.
just building up the hype and also moving the line and betting on himself and making some insane cash money.
We'll go from one genius to another. We'll move on to bare knuckle. Knucklemania IV was this weekend, and Mike Perry, who is just taken off by taking his gloves off. He beat Thiago Alves in one round with a left hook. He just out-toughens motherfuckers in that sport. So bare knuckle boxing, as the name suggests, is no gloves. You just wrap your wrists and then you just go at it. You should see these motherfuckers. They go hard. They don't hold back any punches. Their faces are cut up, bruised, and it's just a nasty sport. And which is why I think Perry is just killing it.
Yeah, he is a crazy motherfucker. I remember seeing him on Rogan after his performance at the UFC. And then there you could see that he's just like, I'm ready to die. Like, I don't care what's going to happen. I'm ready to die. And he was not a part of BKFC at this point. And I think that interview and how he positioned himself kind of led him to that direction. And I just thought those were words at that point, because all the UFC fighters say that I'm ready to die. I'm a hard motherfucker. I'm the baddest motherfucker. But seeing this live in front of your eyes, him actually like materializing those words, and he just steps into those punches like they aren't coming. And he fucks those guys up, dude.
And he's beaten good fighters. He beat Rockhold. He's beaten Thiago Alves, like I said, and then Eddie Alvarez as well, former UFC champions, two of them. Which is crazy. And like you said, people say, I'm tough, I'm this. He is built different like that. He's wired like that, I feel like. Which is why he will succeed in this sport. He's a face. Imagine he was almost 50-50 in the UFC. That was his record, which is why he got cut. Still a very popular face. Moves to bare knuckle, making maybe 6 times as much money as he did in the UFC. And he's become the face of an organization, which is popping right now.
Yeah. It's like he was made for the sport.
Yeah, it just fits perfectly.
Yeah, he might have not been able to replicate this kind of success in another MMA organization with gloves on, but I think this is just made for him, and he's doing a great job of promoting it. You almost forgot to mention Conor.
I didn't forget. If you let me talk, I'll speak, bro. I just wanted to finish. After the fight, he made a call out of Darren Till, his friend / rival, saying that he's been talking a lot of shit and he wants to see him at 185 pounds in the bare knuckle ring. I love that call out. Till hasn't fought in a few years. He's also great on the mic. Very good boxing and striking he showed in the UFC. So yeah, I love that call out, and I hope that fight happens. I don't think it will, but I really hope it does.
Does he have a contract with the UFC still?
No, he's been released. They mutually agreed to a
Why do you
contract.
think it won't happen then?
I don't know. I just feel like
Till is not that kind of guy.
he seems tough. He's from
Calling him
Liverpool
soft?
and everything. He's a Scouser, but I don't know.
That's why you hate.
That's why I actually like Till a lot now. But,
You're racist against the Liverpoolians.
but I think that it's too risky for Till to meet him there. Regular boxing, he would take it and he might win as well.
Yeah.
It's too much of a risk. They have to offer him a lot of money, and Till is in desperate need of a win right now.
Mm-hmm.
He needs that W in his record. Be it boxing, kickboxing, anything, he needs a win.
At this point, you're not going to get it.
You're not going to get a win against Perry in that bare knuckle ring.
Yeah.
No chance.
Yeah.
Another thing with bare knuckle, Conor McGregor has just become a partial owner.
I didn't interrupt you.
That was a huge announcement that they made. You're interrupting me while saying you're not interrupting me, bro. What are you doing? But McGregor has become a part owner of Bare Knuckle FC. That's how good they are doing, and he believes that they can even go further.
So do you know, like, is there a conflict of interest, him being a part of the UFC? I know whenever, like, Conor is involved in something big, or like when he started the whiskey operation, he took a fight and all he was doing was actually promoting the whiskey, the Khabib fight.
Yes, so he is a genius at promoting. If you look at his post-fight, he's like, he just screams proper 12.
Exactly.
That's it.
So
That's how he at least starts it. His whole GQ thing, things you can't live without or something, those videos are, it was all his sponsors.
All his sponsors.
These are my this gloves, this is my this watch, McGregor fast, McGregor this, proper 12, I can never leave without this beer, whatever. It was all his promotion. He's a genius with
and
that.
so on brand.
Conflict of interest does not happen. I don't know the reason why, but it does not happen because Masvidal has his own fighting organization. Khabib had Eagle FC. There were Cejudo, Kamaru, and all of them commentated at Eagle FC. So that is a separate contract. Maybe he can't fight for someone else, or UFC takes a cut if he fights for someone else. But yeah, there's no conflict of interest. I don't exactly know how it works, but definitely he's allowed to do that, and he is doing that.
So will he be able to promote like BKFC
100%.
during like in the lead up to the fight? Do you think that?
I don't think they'll say no to him.
Okay.
I don't think they'll say no to him.
Got it.
He could go on, be Chandler, take the mic and just be like, bare knuckle this weekend, baby, let's go. I'll be in Vegas for this fight. Or anything, whatever he decides. I don't think... So if Dana doesn't censor Sean Strickland from saying that women should not be in the UFC, they should be in the kitchen, I don't think he's not going to allow McGregor to say bare knuckle next weekend or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting things going on at BKFC. I love the highlights, the clips that come out of it.
It's nasty, bro.
It's too nasty.
Fucked.
Sometimes it's a little tough to watch, but it's again one of those things where you can't not but watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next for you is slap fight.
Slap. I don't think I can ever get into slap fighting. It's just too much for me. Do you like that at all?
No, I haven't watched much of slap fight at all.
Yeah, just the random clips here and there, but like I actively go and put not interested in such kind of content, but because it's just too much for me.
Pussy. Yeah, that's a wrap.
That's
we'll
about
see
it.
you next week with a
It does.
different kind of episode. So stay tuned.